All right, so it's Monday morning, starting off with a nice little CF. So yesterday afternoon, last night, I had a charter on Ship of Fools, which is the boat that we're on now, Twin Cummins 6BTs. This is a 30-foot island hopper, just in case you guys don't know the boat. Checked before I went out. I was really low on fuel. I ran over and grabbed just 30 gallons aside just to run the trip, and came back, pick up the guests, and my dock's right here. And I made it to maybe about there before this engine shut down. Completely shut down on me. And I was like, well, that's interesting. No problem. We'll just run the trip on one engine. I thought maybe some gunk or something got in the engine, and that was going to be a quick solve when we got back to the dock. I run on one all the time. In fact, I think I ran about 3/4 of a season on one engine on this boat. So I'm pretty used to running on one engine. As you guys follow me, you know that most of the time I'm running one engine anyway. So came down this morning and opened up my Recors, which are those fuel filters right here, right there. I dumped out the bottom, and that's pretty much what I pulled out. So if it's hard to see, this is literally, it's just water. It's solid water. So I pumped at least 30 gallons of water into my starboard tank, and it has now gone through. And this is what I've been pumping out for the last 15 minutes. So the whole thing is filled with water. So that's great. So basically, we pumped 60 gallons worth of fresh water. We found out that the marina had an issue with the water. They're going to cover it, but my game plan is to basically rip apart everything, get both of these tanks pumped out. I just checked this one. There is still a little fuel in here, and that's why it kept running, but it was running a little bit rough. Pull all the injectors, get some fresh fuel running through both the lift pump and the high pressure pump, which is up there. Get it all through the ADD helicopter, and I'm just a little stressed out right now. Now I'm in panic mode. Pulling all the injectors, get it through all the pipes and everything else, all the return lines, and get fresh fuel going through all of this. Probably turn the engine over, make sure we've got no water sitting on the head and that there's plenty of relief pressure to come out the cylinders when I pull all of those injectors, and just get that thing lubed back up again. And again, on the upside, at least it was fresh water, and it just happened late last night. So Monday morning, this is what we're going to be dealing with today, is ripping apart this engine to get all the water out of it and out of the fuel system. Okay, so I've just started cracking all the injectors. I've got the tops off, and I've taken a piece of toilet paper and I've stuck it just down on the inside. There's a little oil that sits right there. Now, we have off-the-road diesel, so it should be pink. It is white. It's clear, just a little dirty, if you can see that or not. There you go. So there's no diesel in there. That's just strictly water in a lot of these injectors. So I'm gonna go through, and we got to pull out all these injectors, get them cleaned up. We'll take a look at them. Hopefully nothing blew off of them, and we'll check the cylinders. I do have a bore scope. Maybe we'll check that, but the main thing is to get all this out, cleaned up, and get everything pickled so we get diesel back in everything, so we don't cause any major damage. Everything's really dirty inside. Look at all that rust and junk and debris, and that's what was coming out of that Recor as well. So really pretty nasty stuff. So we're definitely going to have to take our time, get this thing torn down, and make sure everything's cleaned out properly. Nothing but water. I don't know, Ben, you think it's drinkable? Wow. Whew. Nothing but dirty water. Crazy. All right, next stage of the process, we got both tanks pumped out. I showed you that. That looked really disgusting. I got Matt here now. He's hand pumping the priming pump, which is right there, that little lever going up and down. So that's sucking fuel from our gas can because we know that's good gas. And we got a brand new filter, so he's priming up the filter. And then that's gonna go over into our high pressure pump, and then hopefully it'll start coming out up here. I'm gonna start cranking this in a minute and see if we can't get all these lines bled. All the injectors are out. They they don't look too bad. There was some water kind of on them. So I've gone ahead and just bought all new injectors. So they'll be here Wednesday. We'll throw new injectors in. They'll get these popped off, tested. And I think I have to return them. But that's what the injectors look like. And these are the exact same things as the 4BT that we had done over on Miss Emily. So we've got all those out and new ones coming. I think they were $225 or something like that each for brand new ones. So once Matt's done, we're going to start cranking this thing and see what we can't come up with. See anything coming out?
No? I thought I saw someone.
All right, well, let's see if you got it in there enough, Matt? Let's see if we can't give it a crank. You ready? You ready?
I mean, I guess. Is it not going to go anywhere?
No, it's not going to go anywhere.
Woo! Yeah. I told you it would go somewhere.
Those are the cylinders. All right. So now we're going to pop these off here and see if... I forgot to take these off before. See if we got any water coming out of these things. I don't think that we do, but water doesn't compress. So want to make sure that all these things are wide open. So if there is water in here, it will blow out of the top of where the injectors are. So let's give this a crank a little bit.
Well, let me...
You want to get out of there, Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see what happens. Check to see what that is. I think that was water coming out of there. I can't tell.
Maybe we should have added our own pink dye to it.
Yeah, I know. And the problem is that Matt got on the road diesel because obviously the marina shut down. But all right, so I'm going to do this a couple more times, just kind of get it cleaned out. We should have gotten some seafoam and throw some seafoam in there, but I think it'll be all right. I don't think that we got it. It really just shut down pretty quick, so I don't think that we really did too much damage to this. But we're going to run some more fuel through it just to get everything lubed back up, and then hopefully we can put this thing to bed. We'll see what happens. I'm going to show you this just because it's kind of satisfying. You can see the firing order and all the diesel spraying out of it. So I'll zoom in on this. Oh, hold on. There we go. That's kind of fun. All right, so I think that's about all we're going to be able to do today. We're going to wrap this up. It's almost coffee time. It's taken all day to get this far. So new injectors coming. We'll get them cleaned, put back in, get them fired off. I have new injectors at the shop for this side, so maybe I'll get Mac to do this side and I'll do this side, and we'll have a race to see who can put the injectors in faster, the fastest. What do you think, Matt?
Do I get handicaps?
It's like golf.
better tools than you do.
Well, you'll be using my tools for sure.
Yeah, but if I'm sitting there waiting for you to finish with the tools...
No, you'll have your own tool set.
So I get the better tool set.
Sure, I'll give you the better of the tool sets. Absolutely. I think we'll be all right. Matt will do that side, I'll do this side. All right, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, like, subscribe, put it in the comments down below. This is a quick one, not one that was expected, but here we are. All right, so I'll add on to this because the video that I was going to post, but this shouldn't take me all that long. So the injectors came in today. We ordered them yesterday afternoon. So thanks Western Branch Diesel for getting those in. So 6 brand new injectors. I've already put one in. Took me all of 3 minutes. to put it in. That was including getting my tools back out. So I'll show you how to put them back on. So it's a 24 millimeter, 10 millimeter, or 15/16 to sock that down right there. And let's see, I guess we'll have to open up a new one. Let's see if we can do this. I'm holding it. So brand new injector comes out, and I think I've shown this to you guys before on the 4BT. So here's our one. Roll this out here. There we go. Let's see what we got. So here's our crush ring for the return line. Love these things because you don't have to worry about your washer on this side and washer on that side. It's just a big horseshoe. So you slide it in. This is your spacer, just in case the hole is too big inside the cylinder head. You put that on, but we had, yeah, and then take out the tip there. Make sure you take that out, because otherwise you're gonna be in big trouble. And then that's your crush washer right there, and that's what creates the seal between the head and the actual injector. So we got to make sure that first the other ones are all out, which they are. I've accounted for all of them on the other injectors, and now this is our fresh crush washer, which we're going to put in to hole number 2. Notice that little dimple right there. So that's going to line us up inside the cylinder, and then our cap here, and then our return line. So we've got to take these out as well, but I do this at the last possible minute. I got to take this, I got to unscrew this to get the, because I forgot, I didn't think I was going to be able to do this today, so I didn't bring my deep sockets, so I still have my shallow sockets, but we'll get them tightened down. So, and I lost the crush ring, so make sure you put that in. So that goes on there, that goes on there. We've already cleaned these out. Look inside the cylinder, make sure that it's all nice and clean, and then you're just going to dump this. Make sure that washer gets stuck down in there like that. Lift this up. Come on, girl. So sometimes, which is probably what happened here, let's pull this out. I'm gonna pull this out. I can't do this. There we go. The ring, I don't know if you can see it, is stuck right there. So I'm gonna just drop that in using a little screwdriver or this. We'll see if we can't get that in there. It's hard to do this, trying to, hold on a second. Okay, there you go. Now you can see it, I got it dropped down in there. Now I can drop this in. I didn't really loosen up any of these lines, so that's what makes it a little bit more difficult to drop these in. There we go. She sits right in there. And then remember always to try and hand tighten this stuff here. You don't ever want to put a torque wrench on it or a big wrench. It should just screw in. That way you make sure that you're not screwing up your threads and cross threading it. If you can screw it by hand and get most of it in there, that makes it a lot easier. And you're going to make sure you're not cross threading it. There we go. There we go. So now I'm just going to tighten it up, and then I'll pull the cap off, and then that's a 5/8 wrench for the, no wait, hold on. I'll change that up. It's an 11/16. It's an 11/16. 11/16. Okay, so I've been doing this for about 20 minutes. I have all of the injectors in, all socked down, and all the main lines done. Now I'm doing the return rail, which are the tiny little 10 millimeter hard ones. The hardest one is that one right there, because you can see there's literally no room, once again, between here and here. So I'm not that bright, but I've done this before. So you see that cavity right there? That goes all the way down into the bilge. I know I'm gonna drop that little nut all the way, or bolt, whatever, down into the bilge. So I've packed it with paper towels and some of the packing paper that came with the injectors. So when I drop it, because I know I'm going to, I can just go boop, pick it up and grab it, instead of trying for the next 3 hours fishing it out of the bilge. So once I get this one in, the other two are really, as you can see, pretty easy. So I should be home free. So I'm gonna work on this one now and see how quickly we can get it in. All right, so all the injectors are in. The return line is on, crush rings are in, everything's tied down, buttoned down. Still have fresh gas, fuel, diesel, I haven't touched the thing yet. I don't know if we should start this, but we could give it a quick turn over and I guess see what pops, or hopefully not pop. Now, that's probably what happened. Yesterday afternoon, I did leave the key on, so the battery's probably dead. Nothing ever is easy. So now I got to get down, pull all this back, switch everything over. Oh, God. Okay. I'll be right back for try number 2. All right, maybe we'll try this again. Could be on the bad battery, could be on the good battery. I don't know which one I switched. We'll see what goes on. Totally dead. Perfect. Let's go down and switch these. We'll put them all over to 1. So I probably had it on 1 and 2, so they're probably both dead. That's great. I do have a battery charger, but I haven't hooked it up yet. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, we ran that out of fuel too. Okay, that one at least starts. Oh boy. Nothing's easy. Okay, back to the drawing board. All right, so I got the battery charger plugged in and give about 15 minutes, see if we can't turn this thing over. Here we go. Nice. She's running. She stays running. Little smoke out the back, but that's a... Yeah, see, it's starting to die. Only running off that little tank there. So we'll have to reprime it. I don't know if the tube goes all the way in or if it's starving for fuel or not. I'll take a look. But she runs. That is not good. God. Not good at all. Whew. Lots of oil in the water. It smells bad. Not good. Well, you can see the sheen all up in here, just rolling by. It's smoking. That's not good. Alright, last clip, I went and grabbed my coffee and it looks much better. So I'm guessing that was just a lot of residual fuel from just trying to start it. There was probably some water still left in it, maybe. I'm gonna wait again until tomorrow, but it's not smoking as bad, so I feel a little bit more comfortable with it. All the injectors look good, no leaks, no nothing, so I'm gonna call it a wrap for today.